Hi guys, this is Brian from High Mountain Seasoning. Today we're going to do a little tutorial on how to make sliced meat jerky using the original kit that we make here at High Mountain. So first off, we've got 1 pound of lean round steak. We're just going to verify the measurement with our scale. We got 1 pound, good to go. So to slice the meat, we're going to use the High Mountain Seasonings Ultimate Jerky Cutting Board. It is made right here in Riverton, Wyoming. It has 2 depths. One is for 3/8 of an inch, one is 1/4 of an inch. The nice part about these is they have these grooves that allow for moisture to wick away from the board, and these little dimples that help hold the meat in place, and also then allows the seasoning and cure to penetrate the meat. So we're going to go ahead and do the 1/4 inch side, but we're going to take out our insert, which is to protect your hand. We do get a lot of questions on this from customers, but the purpose for this is when you have your meat on your board, you can go ahead and place your insert in between your hand and the meat, and that way it's going to help you from cutting your hand. So right there, if you're running your knife, you're never going to cut yourself. So we'll go ahead and start. So after we've made our cut all the way through, you can roll it over, we have a slab of meat that is 1/4 inch thick. And so then that way we can take this piece after we finish slicing it all the way, and we can make our strips, and we're set then for 1/4 inch jerky and let it cure overnight. So make one more cut. See, it's getting really thin, and that's where the insert comes in handy. Protect myself. We got a couple more sections of the 1/4 inch jerky. We're ready to go. So the nice part then with the High Mountain Ultimate Jerky Board, you can flip it over and you've got an actual cutting board surface. So we will take the slabs that we just cut, we can lay them out on the board. So now that we have our meat laid out on the back side of our jerky board, we're ready to cut our strips. So you can make them any length or any width that you want. That is going to be personal preference. We're just going to go ahead and make like standard length jerky strips. So it cuts nice and easy. We've got them just like that. I'm going to keep cutting a few more. Show off just a little bit of the fat. And it allows you to make nice, uniform, same thickness jerky strips, so that way the cooking time frame should be pretty universal for all of them. So now that we have all of our strips cut up, we can go ahead and lay them out like on a cutting board, any sort of like working surface. We'll get our seasoning measurements measured out, put into a little shaker bottle, and we'll get them seasoned up. So we're going to be using the original jerky kit from High Mountain Seasoning. Okay, so in this kit, there's seasoning and cure instructions and a shaker bottle. So the instructions that come included in the kit come out in this nice little pamphlet, and it's going to give you a lot of information, whether you're going to be doing whole muscle, sliced meat like we were doing today, or ground meat if you want to do that as well. So today, since we are only doing 1 pound of meat, we'll come down to the chart. On this chart, the red lettering in the first column is for the darker color, which is the seasoning. And in the second column, it says for the cream color, which is the cure. So for 1 pound of meat, we're going to be using 1 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning mixed with 2 teaspoons of cure. We'll go ahead and get our seasoning measurement and our cure measurements, and they will go into this nice little bottle that we provide that you can sprinkle onto the meat itself. So for the seasoning, 1 1/2 teaspoons we will need to put into the shaker bottle. So we have a teaspoon and 1 1/2 teaspoon. Nice level teaspoon measurement, and then 1/2. And that is for our seasoning. So now for the cure, we're going to need 2 teaspoons of the cure. So now that we have them in the bottle, we're going to mix them up just to get a good blend. We're going to put the cap back on. So we have it all, the seasoning and cure is mixed. Now we have it all in our bottle and we're ready to season our jerky. So now that we've seasoned this side of the jerky, we need to take the strips and flip them over, and that way we can season with the other side. And then obviously there will be some leftover on the board itself. We can go ahead and then roll the jerky on top of that to make sure every side is coated evenly before we put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Okay, so now that we've seasoned our jerky on both sides, there is some extra that's left on the board. So don't be afraid to take your meat and just roll it around on the board so that way any of those open or unseasoned spots where there's some moisture, the meat can grab a hold of all that, and you're gonna make sure you have a nice evenly cured product when it comes time to cook it tomorrow. So now that we have all the slices of meat evenly coated, we've cleaned up all the extra seasoning cure off of the board, we'll go ahead and we'll put it into a plastic container, something like a gallon Ziploc bag. We'll put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours and we will go ahead and cook it tomorrow. One important thing to remember though, when storing your jerky that's been seasoned, any other sort of like sausages, ground meat jerky, snack and sticks, make sure it is in a non-metallic container. The curing agent in these products will have a chemical reaction with that metallic container and add a metal taste to your meat. So that is why we highly recommend something simple as a Ziploc bag like this. We'll go ahead and seal it up and we'll stick it in the refrigerator. All right guys, it's been 24 hours. We've taken our meat out of the refrigerator. We've got our oven preheated to 200 degrees. We have it laid out on our high mountain jerky screen, giving a little bit of room in between each slice for air to circulate. We'll go ahead and put it into the oven and we'll check it here in about an hour and a half. Okay, so now that we have our jerky in the oven and it's cooking, a couple things to remember. We have a pan in the oven to catch dripping. Some people will like to put aluminum foil on the bottom rack to catch it, just to makes it a little bit cleaner product if there is a little bit of fat on your meat. We've also left the oven cracked just a little bit so that way moisture can escape because it is a dry product even though we are cooking it. So once it reaches the internal temperature of 165 degrees, we'll pull it out and it'll be ready to eat. All right guys, so the jerky has been in the oven for about an hour and a half. We went ahead and tested it. It has reached the internal temperature of 165 degrees. It's ready to come out, so let's go ahead and take it out. So jerky's good to go. You can keep it in your refrigerator for a few weeks. You can keep it in your freezer for up to a year, depending on how you package it and seal it. Any homemade jerky like this will need to be, kept in a cool environment, like a refrigerator or freezer, to be safe. Vacuum sealing is the #1 if you're not going to use it immediately, or you can consume right away. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. That's good jerky. If you know of someone looking to get into jerky making or you like this yourself, please share our video and visit our website at himtnjerky.com to find any of our products like this one that we use today, the original jerky making kit. It is good on beef, any sort of wild game. Thank you guys so much for watching and good luck hunting.